A 28-year-old woman living alone adopted a 200-pound Boerboel that 14 families had rejected. Everyone warned her the dog was too big, too dangerous, too much. But the part nobody could explain was what he did every single night at 10:45 p.m. He would not sleep on the bed, he would not sleep on the couch, he would not sleep anywhere except the doorway of her bedroom, facing out, teeth hidden, eyes open. And then at 3:17 a.m. on a freezing February night, Elena Rhodes understood exactly why. Elena was a freelance graphic designer who had just moved into a quiet suburban street on the edge of Manchester after her engagement collapsed 6 months earlier. The house had 3 bedrooms she didn't need, a back garden that stayed empty, and silence that followed her from the kitchen to the bathroom to the bedroom every single night. She told her mother she was fine. She told her sister she was fine. She told herself she was fine. But at 2 a.m., when she stared at the ceiling and counted every creak in the walls, she was not fine. She kept every light on downstairs until sunrise. She slept with her phone in her hand. She checked the front door 3 times before bed. Then one Saturday morning, she saw a post in a local rescue group. A 200-pound caramel-colored Boerboel named TJ had been surrendered by a family who moved to a small flat and said, and these were their exact words, "We cannot anymore." He had been at the rescue for 73 days. 14 families had come to meet him. Every single one walked away. Too big, too much, too intimidating. His kennel card had a red sticker on it. Last chance. 5 days left. Elena drove 2 hours that same afternoon. She didn't tell her mother, she didn't tell her sister. She walked into that rescue, and when she saw TJ sitting in the corner of Kennel 8 with his enormous head resting on his paws and his caramel eyes staring at nothing, she understood what the other 14 families had missed. He wasn't aggressive, he wasn't dangerous, he was heartbroken. She knelt down. He didn't move. She said his name once, his ears twitched. She said it again, softer. And this 200-pound Boerboel, a breed originally developed in South Africa to protect farms against lions, slowly walked to the front of the kennel and pressed his massive forehead against the bars. She signed the papers in 22 minutes. But here is what nobody tells you about bringing home a 200-pound Boerboel. The first 3 weeks were chaos. TJ knocked over a bookshelf within 11 hours of entering the house. He broke a kitchen chair by simply sitting on it. He drank out of the toilet twice before Elena figured out how to lock the bathroom door. His tail alone cleared her coffee table every morning for 9 days in a row. He ate an entire loaf of sourdough off the counter without chewing. The drool puddle under his chin at dinner was the size of a plate every single meal. When he shook his head, the drool hit the walls. Elena bought 4 microfiber towels that week. Her mother came to visit, took one look at him, and said 3 words that broke Elena's heart. "Send him back." Her sister called crying. "Elena, you're going to get hurt." Gerald, the neighbor who had lived across the street for 40 years, stopped her at the mailbox and said, "That dog will kill you in your sleep. Mark my words." The mailman started leaving packages 10 feet from her door. A woman from the next street over called to council to complain. Elena didn't send him back because something strange had started happening. Every single night at exactly 10:45 p.m., TJ would walk into her bedroom, circle the rug 3 times, and lie down facing the doorway. Not the bed, not her feet, the doorway. Like he was guarding something he could see that she couldn't. She didn't think much of it at first. And then, one morning, Elena noticed something that made her stop breathing. "I see you're still watching but haven't subscribed yet. Honestly, that stings a little. Hit subscribe now. Trust me, what comes next is the reason this story will stay with you." The back door, the one that led to her garden. The deadbolt was scratched, not from the inside, from the outside. Someone had tried to get in. She checked the camera footage and saw a shadow moving across the patio at 3:04 a.m. She told herself it was a fox, but TJ had started doing something new. Every night now, he did a full patrol before lying down. Living room, kitchen, back door, side window, front door, upstairs landing. Then, and only then, he would settle at her bedroom doorway. 3 weeks later, on a Friday night in February, Elena woke up at 3:17 a.m. to a sound she had never heard before. Not a bark, not a growl, a noise that came from somewhere deep inside 200 pounds of muscle and bone, so low the floor vibrated. TJ was standing at the top of the stairs, completely still, facing down into the dark living room, teeth visible. Then she heard it. Footsteps inside the house. Elena froze. Her phone was downstairs, her car keys were downstairs, and a stranger was walking through her kitchen at 3:17 a.m. She heard a drawer open, she heard glass clink, she opened her mouth to scream, and TJ did something she had never seen any dog do. He looked back at her, just for 1 second, like he was telling her to stay. Then he launched himself down the stairs. 200 pounds of Boerboel hitting hardwood at full speed. The sound was like a car crash. Elena heard the man scream. Something broke. The back door slammed. Tires screeched outside. And then silence. Dead, complete silence. Elena sat frozen for 47 seconds before she heard claws on the stairs. TJ walked back into her bedroom, sat down, and placed his enormous head on her lap like it was any other Tuesday. The police arrived 14 minutes later. They found a crowbar on her kitchen floor, a single shoe in the back garden, blood on the patio, not hers, not TJ's. 2 other houses on her street had been broken into that same week. Elena's was the only one where the intruder ran. Sergeant Daniels looked at TJ sitting calmly at Elena's feet and said something she will never forget. "Ma'am, this dog didn't just scare him, he saved your life." The next morning, Gerald knocked on her door holding a box of biscuits. His hands were shaking. "I was wrong," he said. "I have been wrong about dogs like him my whole life. Can I meet him?" TJ walked to the door and gently pressed his forehead against the old man's chest. Gerald started to cry right there on the porch. Today, Elena is 29 and TJ is 6. He still patrols the house every night at 10:45 p.m. He still sleeps at her bedroom doorway. He still weighs 200 pounds, and he still breaks the occasional chair. Gerald brings him biscuits every Sunday. Elena's mother now knits him sweaters in winter. And Elena, the 28-year-old who moved into a silent house, doesn't live in silence anymore. She lives with 200 pounds of caramel-colored loyalty, drool on every piece of furniture, and a love so big it barely fits through the front door. If a dog acts restless, if he stares at a door for too long, if he growls at nothing, please listen. They hear what we can't hear. They sense what we can't sense. That is their world, and we are only visitors in it. Trust them, believe them, and if you are thinking about adopting, remember that sometimes the ones the world calls too much are exactly the ones who will save your life, because Elena didn't rescue TJ, TJ rescued her. Would you open your door to a 200-pound Boerboel that 14 families rejected? Tell me in the comments.